put out a service for no trailer brakes. I've got the single car trailer because I've already booked a tractor to pick up in Virginia. With a single car trailer, I wouldn't be running logs, but I'm still gonna run logs. You let me know what you think. I mean, if you were in my shoes, would you run logs or not? I'm going to either way, just because, to be honest with you, after 11 hours of driving, I'm kind of ready to park anyways, so it doesn't really hurt me. This is all the junk I travel with. I've got some extra ramps. There's a jack under there. There's the handle. Whole lot of lumber. Some straps are rolled up neat. And there's the winch. If you haven't seen how I use this winch on a trailer with no winch on it, check out one of my other videos. I think it was 2 videos ago. I showed how I use that. I brought a grease gun because I thought these crank handles were going to be pretty squeaky, but they really weren't too bad. So we're just going to do something local today. Couldn't really find too much work, so this little local run is better than sitting home not making nothing. So pays really good per mile. It's just not going very far. Looks like we hauled one vehicle today. Per mile it paid pretty good though. So, I mean, it wasn't a waste, but I've got some local stuff, repos booked for tomorrow. So, we'll see. I'll get home now and leave bright and early to go and do all those repos tomorrow. It's the next day. I had a few things I had to do this morning around the house, so again, a little bit of a late start, but short day anyways. We're gonna load up a Jeep Renegade here, and then we've got to drive about 20-30 miles to pick up the next one, and we're working in the rain, so let's get it done quick. I did my vehicle inspection on that Jeep just like I do any other one, but once I got in the vehicle, I noticed a crack in the windshield that I didn't notice when I filled out the paperwork and did the inspection, so I took a picture of it. So something like that, I mean, the picture is time stamped and location stamped for here, so it'll probably be alright, but they really could, because it wasn't in the inspection, they really could blame it on me. My insurance company probably wouldn't end up paying for that because I can prove that it was there with the timestamp picture, but we'll see. I mean, it's an Ally lease return. They generally aren't picky with little scratches and stuff, but it's a pretty big crack across the windshield that I really should have noticed when I looked it over before I submitted on the app. But we'll see. Let's see how hard it's going to be to back out of this tiny little parking lot. Well, I went into this dealership and the vehicle is not here. So they must have done some homework for me. They called another dealership and turns out it's at the other one. I thought it sounded kind of weird that I was picking up a Dodge Ram from the Chevy dealer, but it happens. But it's not that out of the ordinary. So now I have to drive about another 15 miles to the Dodge dealer to pick up the Dodge. Usually, when something pays too good to be true, it probably is. We slid that cone over a little bit. It was in the road. My tire pushed it over. I'm at the right place. I got the keys for it, but it's parked down the street in a holding lot. Then I'm going to have an issue with the app because it knows your location, so I'm going to have to get a hold of the broker and get him to raise the radius on the app so it'll actually let me do the inspection and pick up. So now we'll drive over to get it again. Good thing this thing pays so well. This guy's broke down. Somebody from the service department just went in to get another truck to pull him into the dealer, causing a bit of a traffic jam. I think I need new wipers. They're pretty bad. He said it's right on the corner between the Dome and a body shop. Oh, looks like right here I see it says West Her Vehicle Storage. Can't miss it. Most of the time when they say, oh, you can't miss it, you can miss it. The goal is to always be pointing uphill. That way the tail end of my trailer is lower, because I hate this trailer. Eventually I'll do a review on this trailer and explain why I hate it so much. See if we can find this truck here. Close enough. That works out pretty well. Always like to know what I'm hauling. Somebody left it a mess. Whew, that didn't sound great. Well, the wipers in this thing are a little better than mine. Don't worry, you won't magically see the wipers working better when I get back in the truck. Sometimes you put these in drive and they don't move, so you give them a little bit of gas, because they sit for so long that the brakes get set up. Well, I'm here, but now I'm waiting for the broker to raise the radius on the location so that I can do the pickup inspection. So until then, I just have to sit here and wait. So generally how this works is a lot of brokers have their own app that they want the inspection done on. You take pictures on the app, you put in the mileage, any damages, all that. I do that as well as take my own pictures to have on my phone. I keep them for a couple months to make sure there's not going to be any claims. So even though they haven't raised the radius for us yet, I can get out and take all my pictures, get everything done. I just can't load it on the trailer until I take the pictures on the app. And it's not going to let me do that until they do their part. So apparently, changing the radius isn't like this big quick process. Apparently he's got to send an email to his boss, and then so I just ended up asking if he could just mark it picked up. I have pictures if anything ever came up as far as damages, but so he marked this thing picked up. We're gonna hit the road and get it down to the auction. I'm in the middle of getting inspected by DOT, but just happened to notice this little guy just sitting over here. Poor little thing. I don't know if you can see behind me, but there is no trailer. It's put out of service for no trailer brakes. And he gave me a violation for no license plate. I have a paper tape there that says lost tag with the plate number and the state. Still got a violation for that. I dropped the trailer and I'm heading to my kid's baseball game. I'm gonna need to get trailer brakes and go put them on it. He asked me how far home was, you know, what exit number. It was a little further than he was hoping. And then he told me that he was going to turn his body cam off because he was escorting me about 8 miles and didn't need the camera rolling that whole time. I'm going to go home. Actually, I'm going to go to the baseball game. And then I'm going to go home, get the single car trailer. And I mean, I only got 2 cars. And they're going to an auction that's 24 hours. I'm just going to run them down there one at a time with the single. I guess it's better than having to call the broker and tell them that the vehicles are going to be late. I didn't really know how to play that as far as logs. Right now, I'm not further in the company. I'm going to a baseball game. But when I go back up there with a single car trailer, I'm going to have to log back in and run my logs. There is a local place that I can get brakes, but they're like at least double the price of what I can order them online for. So I guess it's just going to come down to what I was going to work the rest of the week. You know, if it would be cost effective to just pay the higher price and get them fixed, you know, in the morning. We'll see. I don't know yet. So I ended up not going back up there with the single car trailer and running those cars one at a time. I ended up just grabbing my brake adjustment tool and some wire strippers. I went up, adjusted the brakes, fixed a couple broken wires, got the brakes working. I just twisting them together. I didn't solder anything. Got the trailer home, but one of the sets of broken wires was broken right up against the backing plate. so I had to pull the wires out a little bit. So I'm still gonna replace all the brakes. Adjusting them did help, just to, you know, to get it back in service and get it home, but not a long-term fix. So I've got the single car trailer because I've already booked a tractor to pick up in Virginia. So I found this car going down to North Carolina, picked it up with a single. I'm gonna run down there. Ideally, it'd be better to be able to take 2 vehicles at a time, but doing this while I'm waiting for parts to come in the mail is a lot better than just sitting home waiting for parts. So this is the plan. I've already got loaded up. This one came from Copart. Got it loaded, and now we're gonna hit the road. It's already 2:30 in the afternoon, just now leaving, so I don't know how much drive time I have left. I'm still, you know, on logs, so we'll see how far I can make it. And that's the other thing, is I got a lot of people telling me, oh, with a single car trailer I wouldn't be running logs. You know, I've got a magnet on one side, and there should be a magnet on this side. As you can see in my window here, there's writing, because I lost that magnet and I haven't replaced it. I just wrote on the window, and I kind of almost like the writing on the window more, but I'm still gonna run logs. You let me know what you think. I mean, if you were in my shoes, would you run logs or not? I'm going to either way, just because, to be honest with you, after 11 hours of driving, I'm kind of ready to park anyways, so it doesn't really hurt me, so I'm not really losing nothing. Got the traffic police trying to make sure nobody passes them. Got to take up both lanes. Don't worry, buddy, you saved the day. Got that delivered. Now we're going back up to Virginia to grab a tractor. I have no idea really how big this tractor is or anything, so we'll see when we get there. Now this is my kind of place. If I can make a living at places like these instead of car dealerships in the cities, I would most definitely do that. Man, I don't know how people do it. I see truck drivers coming out of the truck stops all the time with sandals and flip-flops. Well, this trip I wore sneakers to try and be a little more comfortable, thinking I might want to wear shorts. Never again. It is so uncomfortable to walk around in sneakers when you're so used to boots on all these rocks and everything. This guy was nice enough to load it for me. Let's see, I'm probably going to end up having to put those ramps closer together for him, but we'll see. So far, so good. Bring that bucket down. Cool deal. Alright, we are here. Nice secluded place. I probably won't film unloading it because the guy's not super keen on being on camera. Got that delivered. That'll do it for this week. That's a wrap. I'm gonna drive home and tomorrow morning I'm gonna take the boy turkey hunting. But I'm done for the week. If you've made it this far in the video, thanks for bearing with my bad camera skills. I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Stay safe.